Imagine this, a bustling medieval market, the air thick with the smell of wood smoke and damp earth. A man approaches a vendor, not for bread or cloth, but to hand over a gleaming coin for a bucket of warm human urine. Bizarre, right? But in medieval Europe, this wasn't some strange joke. It was an everyday transaction, a common and accepted practice that reveals a truly fascinating, and perhaps a little unsettling, aspect of life centuries ago. You see, human urine was far from mere waste. It was a valuable commodity, a liquid gold that fueled various industries and played a crucial role in daily life. Every single morning, medieval families treated their chamber pots with meticulous care, the contents viewed not as refuse, but as a precious harvest. This wasn't some peculiar habit. It was a serious endeavor that often significantly contributed to a household's income. Among the most sought-after bodily fluids in medieval cities, human urine sparked fierce competition among various trades. Tanners, fullers, and dyers all relied heavily on it, readily paying good money for fresh deliveries. The entire system thrived because people had discovered urine's exceptional cleaning power, a quality simply unmatched by any other available substance at the time. Even public urinals weren't just for convenience, they were vital revenue generators for towns. Special pots were strategically placed on street corners to gather this valuable liquid. Essentially, medieval people transformed every trip to the lavatory into a business opportunity. Towns even developed intricate distribution networks specifically for urine collection. Morning routes ensured fresh supplies, and quality standards dictated pricing, with fresher urine fetching higher prices than older batches. In some ways, the medieval urine trade boasted better quality control than many modern food markets. What's truly remarkable is that this system operated for centuries without anyone finding it odd. Generations treated urine as a crucial resource that sustained entire industries. Even during times of war and famine, the urine trade persisted because craftsmen depended on it for their livelihoods. So what made this humble yellow liquid so incredibly valuable to medieval craftsmen? The secret lay in its natural ammonia content, which proved remarkably effective at breaking down grease and oils. This made it indispensable for fulling wool, a process that transformed rough, scratchy cloth into smooth, wearable fabric. Tanneries also couldn't function without a steady supply of urine, using it to loosen hair and fat from animal hides before transforming them into durable leather. Medieval leather workers were perhaps the only professionals for whom asking for bathroom donations was a legitimate part of their job. Cloth dyers also depended on urine to set and brighten colors in expensive fabrics. Without it, those vibrant dyes would simply fade after the first rain. For laundry, public facilities often soaked stained clothing in urine to bleach fabrics back to their pristine condition. Medieval cleaning ladies, it seems, had access to the most potent, readily available, and completely renewable stain remover on the planet. Even blacksmiths and metalworkers utilized urine to clean metal and remove rust. Sword makers, armorers, and tool crafters all kept urine supplies in their workshops, understanding that clean metal led to superior final products. The ammonia helped prepare surfaces for intricate engravings and prevented corrosion during long crafting processes that could span weeks. The economics behind this system was straightforward yet critical. For workshops, buying urine was far cheaper than losing valuable business days. Running out meant a complete halt in production, essentially a medieval factory shutdown. To avoid devastating shortages that could ruin their businesses and reputations, workshop owners often maintained contracts with multiple suppliers. Small-scale urban economies revolved entirely around this trade. Families earned extra income from something they produced naturally, while workshop owners kept their businesses thriving. The entire system created jobs and ensured money flowed through medieval communities. Towns with flourishing craft industries became known for their reliable urine markets. But people found even more unusual uses for urine beyond cleaning and crafting. Medieval doctors frequently prescribed human urine as medicine for a wide range of ailments, from sore throats to infected wounds. This wasn't a fringe practice. Mainstream healers genuinely believed urine could cure dozens of different illnesses common in medieval society. They thought drinking warm urine helped balance the body's humors, the fluids believed to govern health. For instance, if you were deemed to have too much cold humor, you might be told to drink hot urine to warm things up. Medieval doctors, in the most literal sense, had patients drinking their own medicine. Boiled urine became a standard treatment for various conditions. Doctors used it as a wound wash, eye rinse, and ear drops. People directly applied urine to rashes and ulcers to disinfect them. While medieval people didn't understand why, the ammonia in urine did help kill some bacteria, leading to infected wounds often healing faster with urine treatment than with no treatment at all. Some mothers even gave their sick children urine when no other herbs were available. In survival situations, travelers sometimes drank their own urine when water supplies ran out. Essentially, medieval emergency medicine meant hoping your bladder was full when disaster struck. The quality of urine was paramount in medical applications. Doctors considered urine from healthy young people to be the most effective, while urine from sick individuals was deemed contaminated. Medieval medicine, it seems, had age restrictions on its most popular treatment, no elderly pee for serious conditions. Urine from pregnant women was thought particularly potent for certain female ailments, whereas children's urine was considered too weak for adult diseases. Medieval medical texts contained detailed instructions for urine preparation, including proper heating temperatures and mixing ratios. Doctors carried special containers and measuring tools specifically for urine-based treatments. Some physicians even developed their own signature urine recipes that patients specifically requested by name. However, doctors didn't just prescribe urine as medicine, they also used it as their primary diagnostic tool. Medieval doctors examined urine with the same meticulousness that modern wine experts study expensive bottles. They carefully observed its color, deeply inhaled its scent, and some even tasted it to make confident and precise diagnoses. This entire process used a special tool called a matula, a fancy glass flask designed specifically for urine inspection. Doctors carried these during house calls, much like modern doctors carry stethoscopes. Medieval doctors were likely the only professionals who were literally paid to be urine connoisseurs. Uroscopy charts linked specific urine colors to particular illnesses, with 20 different shades of yellow signifying 20 different health conditions. Pale urine might indicate weakness, while red urine suggested a fever. The smell often provided even more information than color. These charts became so detailed that medical students spent months simply memorizing color variations and their meanings. Sweet-smelling urine could indicate diabetes, a strong ammonia scent meant one thing, and fruity odors something entirely different. Medieval diagnostic medicine certainly required a stronger stomach than most modern medical specialties. Taste was the final, definitive test. Doctors would actually sip patients' urine to confirm a diagnosis. This practice applied to everyone, from peasants to nobility. Even kings had to submit to the royal pee test. There were no exceptions for royalty when it came to medical diagnosis. Wealthy patients sometimes tried to bribe doctors to skip the tasting, but most physicians insisted on following proper diagnostic procedures regardless of social status or wealth. Some doctors became renowned for their urine reading skills, diagnosing dozens of conditions from single samples. The practice was so common that people expected it whenever they called a doctor, and medical schools taught uroscopy as seriously as modern schools teach anatomy. But medical and industrial uses weren't the only ways medieval people put urine to work. They also used human urine for personal hygiene and grooming in ways that would shock modern sensibilities. They rubbed it on their teeth to whiten them and treat gum infections, meaning medieval dental care often began and ended with the chamber pot. Aged urine became a popular hair treatment. Women used it to bleach their hair lighter or to remove lice infestations. The ammonia killed insects and stripped away oils that attracted parasites. They would soak their hair in urine solutions for hours. Medieval hair bleaching required patience and a very strong stomach. Wealthy women often had servants collect and age the urine for weeks to achieve the perfect consistency for effective hair treatments. Some people even believed urine could improve their skin, washing their faces with diluted urine to remove blemishes and wrinkles. Young men used urine to make their beards grow thicker and stronger. Medieval beauty secrets, by comparison, would make modern skincare routines seem completely normal. Personal grooming with urine wasn't considered disgusting. It was seen as smart. People who couldn't afford expensive soaps used what was readily available. Medieval people demonstrated that effective beauty treatments don't always come in fancy packages. Even wealthy households kept urine for emergency cleaning when imported soaps ran out during trade disruptions. Some medieval people took urine use to an entirely different level, combining hygiene with something much more spiritual. They believed the urine of saints, virgins, and holy men possessed special healing powers beyond ordinary human urine. This wasn't just folk medicine, it was a serious spiritual practice that people traveled great distances to access and purchase. Pilgrims collected blessed urine from spiritual figures for protection during dangerous journeys, carrying small bottles like modern people carry lucky charms. Medieval pilgrims, it seems, carried the most unusual travel insurance policy in history. Monks recorded stories of miraculous cures, blind people regaining sight, paralyzed individuals walking again. Religious rituals sometimes incorporated urine as a symbolic cleanser. Folk healers claimed it could cure demonic possession and evil spirits. These stories spread quickly through medieval communities, creating demand for holy urine across entire regions. Some monasteries kept detailed records of supposed miracles to verify their saints' urine quality and maintain their reputation. The quality standards for this spiritual urine were incredibly strict. It had to be fresh and from someone spiritually pure. Monks who had broken their vows couldn't provide healing urine. Essentially, medieval quality control meant your moral record determined your medical value. Churches developed complex certification systems to verify the spiritual purity of urine donors, with regular confession requirements and behavior monitoring. This practice created its own economy. Holy people charged premium prices for their urine. Pilgrimage sites sold blessed urine as religious souvenirs. Some monasteries even partly funded themselves through urine sales. Medieval monasteries discovered that holy living could be surprisingly profitable. The most famous saints could command prices 10 times higher than regular medical urine, creating intense competition among religious communities for the most spiritually pure donors. Spiritual urine represented hope, healing, and divine intervention in an uncertain world. It connected basic bodily functions to spiritual salvation. And so medieval people transformed something everyone produces into liquid gold, medicine, cleaning supplies, and even holy water all at once. It's a testament to how the most ordinary things can become extraordinary when desperation meets determination. Medieval society vividly demonstrated that survival can inspire the strangest solutions humans can imagine.